I'm glad to put football to be back, man. And people say, how can you be excited? I don't know. This is the thing with Man United, right? They excite you, they depress you, but they bring you back in. And I'm ready to be hurt again.
Because we miss watching United, to be fair. We miss watching, whether it's crap or dull, at least there's something. You're watching United.
You're watching something.
I'm a GMU, by the way. Hala Madrid, big up to him. He's got the
big up to him, yeah.
Big up to him, man. Love.
Always, man. Always.
Think about it to you and the family as well.
You know what it was, though? I felt like, for me, things were starting to click a little bit for Amorim in terms of his own...
he's buying, Saeed. He's buying. Your boy Amorim is buying. He's saying that, the atmosphere is different.
What I'm trying to say.
The tests are there, Saeed. The 6 tests are there.
Yep.
Let's see.
You know what it is, though? I feel like certain things were starting to click for him in terms of, okay. Oh. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, he's starting to understand that, I can't be stubborn. I've got to be a bit more attacking. I've got to compliment this player here. I've got to understand that player's... Like, you've got to understand certain things, bro. And I feel like, for me, that's worked well for him in that regards. And he's having to learn that, and he's having to understand that. And I feel like, for me, we were gathering a little bit of momentum. Not crazy form, not saying that United are back, but I felt like, for me, we didn't need the international break at that moment. But now, we've had a break. Is that kind of almost momentum going to be lost? You go back to Nottingham Forest, is that back to reality? What do you say? Back to life? Back to reality? You know what I mean? Are we going to have that? So I'm curious. The word is curious. Maybe it's not excited. Maybe I'm curious.
You are curious.
If we are getting momentum.
Who are we?
No, because bro, we need to have a good end to the season. This is now called, what do they call it? Like the crunch end of the season. This is almost like
Make or break.
Make or break, man. You know what I mean? And he needs to perform. He needs to put in a performance of good quality. And also, he needs to show us you know what, man, we either win the Europa League or end the season on a good high in the Premier League. You got to do one or the other. If you don't do both, that's when fans start to be like, yo, listen, man, we ain't feeling this, bro. We ain't liking this. You know what I mean? And then it's almost like pressure into next season where you don't need that. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? So I don't know. I'm like I said to you, for me, I'm glad football's back. We have got some tough fixtures, though. I can't lie to you. There are some tough fixtures, but you know what? Bring them on, bro. You have to play them. You have to know where this team is at. Is it a team that, you know what, is where it's at? Are we maybe the table's not showing where this Amorim team is? Have we been a bit, kind of almost very unlucky in certain games? Where is this team at? Or if Nottingham Forest slap us, they are where they are and where we are. It's like a mid-table getting bullied, basically, by a team that's Champions League. So, yeah, but how are you feeling, bro? How are you assessing everything right now, bro?
Well, we did a 2-hour debate on my channel about
the
fixtures, the 6 games, 6 big games, massive heavyweight, Nottingham Forest away, City Derby at home, big game, Newcastle away. They're the 3 big games. In between that, you got 2 games against Lyon that could determine where Manchester United are in the summer in terms of transfer and everything else. And then you've got that Bournemouth away game, and they could get 6 points. So Nottingham Forest could get 6 points, possible 6 points tomorrow. Bournemouth can possibly get 6 points as well. Even though when I look at Bournemouth now, I watch their game, they've run out of energy.
Yeah, it's starting to look like,
Because of the level of how intense he plays that areola, how much he's literally grinded everything from those players, man. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Manchester United do. But big exams in terms of Amorim, in terms of these players. For me, Amorim is being watched closely because what's to come for next season.
Yeah.
And some people might separate it and go, no, this is not his players' summer. Because I don't think United are going to make a lot of signings that everybody expects. I don't expect that. I think he's going to be giving a lot of youth players And that's where we're at as a football club right now. And I think the fan base, those who you about standards, speak to Jim and speak to the Glazers, innit?
Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger. That's my analysis of what I see. But these 3 Premier League games are huge. The 2 Europa League games are huge as well. And that, for me, is going to be the bearing where the standards are going to be set between him and the players who are going to stay in the summer to be where they were. And because players are now playing for positions next season, because I don't think the signings are going to be as what they are. So it's an important period of Manchester United. Very important period. We've consistently been 8th, 9th, 10th, 13th, 14th, 15th in the past school month. Past 14th, 15th, right? And this is where we can see if we can kick on where we're playing proper teams. Luckily, tomorrow, apparently Gibbs White is injured because he came off.
Yeah, I know. I heard, man. That's a big blow for them.
He's their best player by an absolute mile.
By a mile.
Woods is their guy who occupies defenders, and he's the pivotal figure as well.
Yeah,
he's definitely out. So if they're missing their 2 best players in terms of how important they are to that team, then we're gonna see what they do. But off the ball, they work hard as anybody in the Premier League. And the reason why
they play 120 minutes though,
because of their work, what they do off the ball.
Yeah, they played 120 minutes, so that I don't know if that's going to be useful for us. They have played 120 minutes, and they might be a bit leggy. But then again, when you've won something, and when you've won a game,
you're on it up. You're on
they're
up.
up.
What you can't do, Saeed, is concede the first goal to them. If you do, it's a good night, Vienna.
Yeah,
because
good night, Vienna. Yeah.
They don't lose games, or they don't lose games where they go ahead first. They don't lose games.
Yeah. You're right. They don't lose. They don't really lose games like that.
Well, if they go ahead, they're a very difficult team to get a draw, or a very good team to beat if they go ahead.
Yeah. Big up to Craig says, big up to you, mate. He says, big up. Do you think our signings are set in stone or will depend if we win Europa? Smash a like, people. Elite free content. Yeah. Big up everyone here, man. Let's get these likes up if you can, people. No, I agree. I fully agree. You know, I'm on the situation that we have to go and get Europa League for us to get the players that we would want to go and get. Like, you're not going to be. Yeah. But
not
then I also
Europa League, basically.
Yeah.
So I want to answer the question. It says, do you think nothing's set in stone because it's all depending on how United do in the Europa League. And if they win the Europa League, they're in the Champions League next season. A lot of people are going to be saying that, and I think that bomber from the past couple of days.
That wasn't really a bomber. The one last night.
That's what everybody's treating it as a bomber. I'm like, I didn't need Einstein to tell me that. Jim the Rat's been telling that all day, every day, anyway, every other week in the interview, that they're not looking to sign anybody with money because how is he going to come out to you? He's already teeing the fans up saying we could have gone bankrupt. There was no cash. And then he goes out 60 million here, 50 million there. No. They're teeing you all up to accept mediocre signings, to keep this football club around 8th, 9th, 10th. That's what's been happening, people. Yeah. And I think that's extremely unfair on Amorim. And I think this football club has damaged him. He wasn't my first choice, second choice, or third choice. But I have so much sympathy with him because he was lied to. He was lied to. He was lied to. And now he's realizing, damn, where am I?
Yeah. They got done, a lot of it does rely on how many players we can get out the door as well. The manager spoke about it in the press conference today about Rashford. You know, he said, I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? I love how the media want to create drama in it, like out of Rashford's good form and use it against the manager. When he wasn't
he scored against Preston, man.
Hey?
He scored against Preston.
Listen, man. Listen, he could do what he wants in it. I just want the money out of Rashford, man. Big up JJ Ashman, Ibo Barrett, bro. Like, for me, it's like, but the media, they love to put these questions on the manager. And that's why now, he learned his lesson. See the Anthony one last time, he goes, the league is physical. I think he's learned his lesson now to be like, cool, that's the Destiny player, and we're gonna keep it as that. But because if he'd have said, cool, you know what I mean, he's in a better environment or whatever, cool. Like, he's trying to keep it, I've got my players, I need to focus on my players, bro. You know what I mean? But obviously, what happens with Man United is news, isn't it? That's now a story now to be like, keep Rashford where he is. We're happy. Don't make a headline out of that. That's what they do, right? That's what these journalists do. So for me, it's like I look at the manager right now, and I see what's going on, and I see the impact of his mentality now and the players that he's got now. We need to be all in one right now. We all need to be together. This has to be the period now where United are just going full throttle now. We're going down that road, and we're going to be looking at every game thinking, yo, how we play. We're going to Lyon game. Lyon's obviously the bigger game, but even his Premier League games, man, it's not a free pass, you know. Like a lot of people will think that, you know what, you don't need to focus on the Premier League. I want to try and get as far as we can up the table, man. I still feel like it's mad that United are 13th and it's April tomorrow. April, Nuruddin. April tomorrow, United 13th, bro. Like, it's mad. And then I was looking at the table today with troops here, and I was like, you know what if United can get top 10 maybe? But then I was like, yo, Bournemouth have to have some crazy crash out until the end of the season, man. Like, they're now 10th Bournemouth, yeah? They're on 44 points. We're on 37. You see what I mean, Nuruddin? So
we're going to have to go and beat them. We're going to have to go and beat them, get the 3 points.
Yeah, yeah.
We have to make sure that we win one Newcastle and Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Yeah. This is the thing, though, Nuruddin. It's like, can you do that, man? And people say, yeah, time is going fast. Yeah, man, time is going fast, bro. You know what I mean? It is. But that's what happens when you don't be consistent. And then all of a sudden, at the end, you try and salvage a season, man. It's going to be difficult, man. And the manager, who does he play? Who does he prioritize? Has he got enough players to play to Thursday, Sunday? Has he got enough in him? You have to wait and see, because normally you wouldn't be like, you know what, you can rest a few players, but you're playing Man City and Forest before you play Lyon. And I think we play Lyon. And then we play again Newcastle before Lyon again after that as well. So, boy, man, like it's mad. It's an interesting end of the season, because you know what? Everything relies on this. Transfers, the way the club is, how you feel about the club, how the fans go into summer. Are they depressed? Is it going to be positive? Is it negative? How do you do with the manager? Like, there's a lot of questions around everything, and you'd hope that the manager can manage his way through that, because if he don't, then
he did give a caveat. He did give a caveat today. He said everything is positive around the training, everything's energy is good. He said,
yeah,
it all depends. It all depends on the results, though. He did give that caveat. He was more buoyant energy-wise, but yeah, he did say depends on the results.